like to call to order the Proctor City Council meeting for Monday, November 15th, 2021. Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Perform roll call at this time. Councilor Benson?
Present.
Councilor Reuter?
Present.
Councilor Johnson?
Present.
Councilor DeWall?
Present.
Mayor Ward's also present. Let the minutes reflect everyone else in attendance this evening. Looking for a motion to approve the City Council meeting minutes from Monday, November 1st, 2021.
I'll make that motion.
Councilor Reuter made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll move the agenda.
Councilor DeWall made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Reuter. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. At this time, we'll go into the comments and suggestions from citizens present period. The public comment suggestion period of this meeting is when the City Council offers a time for everyone in attendance or watching from home to address the City Council. Once we move on from public comment and suggestion period of the meeting, members of the public will no longer be allowed to address the council unless the mayor acknowledges you. As a general rule, the council will listen to all comments but will not comment on or respond to any comments made by speakers. The council will not engage in dialogue, however, any council member can ask questions. If you'd like to address the City Council during public comment and suggestion period of the meeting, please come forward to the podium or call 218-628-6289. Before you begin, please state your name and address for the meeting minutes. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Anyone addressing the City Council will be prohibited from using obscene, profane, or threatening language or boisterous conduct that disrupts the meeting or the security of the public. Is there anyone at this time that is interested in participating in the public comment and suggestion period of this meeting? You step up to the podium there and say your name.
Hi, can you hear me well enough? I'm Sophia Morin Swanson. I played soccer this past year and I'm a senior captain. I was number 8. I would just like to thank everyone here and the mayor on behalf of Proctor Soccer overall for honoring us on November 4th and 5th and having that be Proctor Soccer Day. It really meant a lot to us and it was an honor to represent our city at state. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sophia. Anyone have anything for us? Any comments? Hearing none. Thank you again. Have fun tonight at the banquet.
Hello, thank you for hearing me. My name is Catherine Allman, and I live at Hillside Garden Apartments, and we are now recognized within the building as a renters coalition, and so we have some questions to ask the city. I'd like to know, or the coalition would like to know, when was the last time that the apartments were inspected by the city? And the back of our building, the back of the building are where other residences walk their dog or they go to the parking lots. Depends on which side of the building there are, but it's all dark. So it's black out there, and we had some security issues happen. A gal was coming in from having a cigarette and it scared her. She saw a man standing there by the railing next to her, and he was pounding on an apartment window, and she was frightened, and he tried to talk to her, and she ran right into the building. And then last week, my neighbor, she was out walking her dog. She came in at 9 p.m. There is a police report on it. A rifle was found in the sitting area going out the back garbage door, And I know there's a report on it because the police came and got it. She called the police and they came and got it. Our fire extinguishers are due to be filled this month, and so far they haven't been, and it's the 15th of November. We've got a security issues going on within the building. We do not have locked doors, and all doors are to be locked by 9 p.m., and no one is locking them unless it's, you live by the door or something like that. Jan here, that's also present, she typically will try to go out to the front of the building to lock that door at 9 o'clock. She had an incident, I hope you don't mind me talking for you. It was all dark, going to the front door, the front room was dark. She heard a crash, and there were no lights on at the front, in the front area to go out the building or in the building. And there were two strangers sitting on one of the sofas, and they did not, she asked them if they are new here to the apartment complex, and they said no, they were waiting for somebody. Well, we knew the somebody that they were waiting for, but she asked the question, why aren't you going to his apartment or whatever, why are you sitting out here? And they didn't answer her, and she told them that she was there. She turned the lights on and saw a man and a woman, and she said she was going to lock the front door so they'd have to leave. Well, the man said, no, we don't have to leave. They had a little dog with her. I'm going to take the dog out, and then I'll let her know when to let me in. Well, that's a very unsecured situation, especially for most of us in Grandview are seniors. And a lot of us will do laundry at night or do whatever, and there's no security within the building itself. And the doors need to be locked at 9 o'clock at night. Well, whose responsibility is that? Management leaves at 3:30 in the afternoon. We have nobody, especially on Fridays, from 3:30 in the afternoon until Monday morning. There is absolutely no management whatsoever, and all sorts. We've got 7 new residences in, and they're not your normal people that you normally rent to. They come from Chum, and they come from another housing scenario downtown Duluth that are in there now. And so we want to know about the doors. If anything be done about the security of the doors, that it shouldn't be left to the residents to go around. I mean, we have like 6, 7 doors within the whole building. How do we accomplish that so that we can feel safe and secure? We understand the police's role. Management tells us to call the police if something comes up or however, and they do respond to the residents. And they've responded to me a couple times, and they're very good. But they can't police the building. They got other things to do. So they were called about the rifle. They were called about another incident. But, I mean, we just kind of want to know where do we go from here, and if the city can do anything about our lighting. Can they do something about our parking? We have a church parking lot that's not lit. We've got a side parking lot that's not lit. We have a front parking lot that's not lit. And, you know, there's only 45 residents in the building and not everybody drives, so who are all these cars? It's not up to us to police the parking lots. It's not designated for residents where to park. And so these are issues that we hope the city can help us. The church parking lot with no lights, gas has been siphoned. Yeah, two cars were stolen. So I appreciate you. We are, I can give you my phone number, or our address is 419 7th Street, Hillside Garden Apartments. And with the state of Minnesota that we're working with, as far as renters' rights, we're, they are using my address, and they are attorneys from the state of Minnesota that help renters. So our name is Renters Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any comments or suggestions for the council at this time? Sounds good. Give us your name for the meeting minutes as well, please.
She's gonna tell it.
What is your name for the meeting minutes?
My name is Janet Carlson,
Janet Carlson, thank you.
and, yeah, that's a short joke, right? I know. No, Catherine and I have really been working, she's been doing all the work. One of the things we're trying to take care of too is, we have an attorney through somebody, but she knows and I don't. We've got the state working on it because it's really bad in there right now. We have, in my apartment alone, I have 2 different kind of bugs in there. And one they tell me is drain flies. And I have them in my apartment every day. They told us there's nothing they can do about it. And then now lately I've got another little tiny bug. And I just found out about 3 days ago. And of course there's no management there at all, weekends, so you can't report it to them. What else was I going to say? Something else? Lost my mind. We just were wondering if there's, like, our water is brown because the pipes are rusty, so we get all this brown water. And what else was I going to say? Even just the lighting on the side of the building, it's just, there's no lighting around the place. And then we feel like management should lock the doors at 3:30 when they leave and turn the lights on in the solarium. It's a big area in there, that big solarium. I don't know if any of you have been in there, but it's scary. But we just thought maybe you guys could, and the air quality in the building is terrible. We had one lady move out because the air quality in the building was too bad for her work or her person to live there. So we just wanted to know if the city could help us this all. We're working a lot of stuff on our own. We have neighbors right pretty much across the hall from Catherine, and that building, their apartment was condemned last May, and they're still in there. They're just, I don't know why they're having such a tough time, but we've seen a guy go in there, quite a few months ago, maybe June, and he had one of those blue suits on, I don't know what you call them, to protect himself, his head and his shoes, and he hauled out just bags and bags and bags of stuff. And one of my neighbors walked by there the other day, and when the person that lives there opened the door, they could see, they have a cat in there, and they could see the poop on the floor, and when the door opens, it just shoves it out of the way, and then they walk through it. And they're both very ill because of drinking. They don't eat, they just drink in there. But our concern is, I don't understand how they can leave them in there, even if, I'm sure they're going through the process, but I don't understand why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair, and that's where some of these bugs are coming from. Catherine lives quite close to them, and she gets all these bugs on her door. So, I don't know if we could
Well, the
get
building
the water
isn't,
checked or the air checked in there or something just to help us out with our, like she said, we joined an organization, we're doing this legal. You know, we're not trying to dump anything on you guys, but we just thought we'd come and see if you could if the air quality is bad or the water's bad, or if you have people from the utility company that could check the water, or just so we have something to show the state.
Well, I think Administrator Rich has been taking notes down. We can look into things.
What's that?
I said Administrator Rich is taking notes right now.
Oh.
So we can look into things. No guarantees. You know, the city of Proctor does not
Right.
own the building.
Yeah,
What you guys addressed already, you're going down the right path as far as getting the state involved.
well, we're trying.
And it probably will take a little bit of time, but we can look on our end and see what we can do to help.
That would be nice if you could help us, just so we have some information verifying that this building is so filthy dirty.
Well-
It's just gone to crap.
Yeah, and the fire extinguishers, I know you could call the state on them. Obviously, if you're
Well, we
seeing,
could call the
if you're
fire-
seeing, if
we
you're
could
seeing
call the
crime
fire
outside,
department.
always report that to the police department. That's what they're there for.
Oh,
So
okay,
Paul, I think, had something to add.
yeah. Well, that's another problem we're having. Nationwide is the company that manages the building.
But there's a local manager there during the day. I can't think of her name.
Stacy.
Have you approached her with all of your concerns?
Yeah, well, we're working on that. Yeah, we give them orders and things don't get fixed. And now we found out that from the state sent us a new form that we can fill out, and they have 14 days to do it, to fix it. And if they don't, then the state will go after them. So that's the kind of stuff we're trying to do. But, you know, if we just had something every little thing we can get a hold of. We've called the health department. They're working on getting those people out of that apartment. She got us together where we're called like an organization, renters organization. She gave us a name even. But so we're working with them, and they're gonna do some investigating too. And the thing of it is, we don't have management there. We have a manager there Monday through Friday from 7:30 till 3:30. That's it. And when she leaves, she turns the air off in the summer.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I do only allow 3 minutes. So I think we got the concerns that you have.
Oh, good. Thank you.
We will definitely look at them and see
Oh,
what we can
good.
do to help.
Good. And then you're just going to let Catherine know if you can help us at all, or?
Yep. Administrator Rich, if we have any
Oh,
avenues we can
perfect.
go down, we'll definitely keep
Perfect.
you in the loop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Jake.
Hearing no other comments or suggestions, we'll move on at this time. There is nothing on our consent agenda to approve, so that'll bring us down to number 4, clerk advises council. Administrator Rich.
Yep, I will just briefly report, Mayor, that we are starting the insurance renewal process with the LMCIT. Was able to hold a Gulf Advisory Board meeting, and their recommendations will be coming to you. Essentially, their recommendation is to put an RFP out for a management agreement again, with a few changes. So they asked that we draft a management agreement. They're going to meet again, and then that RFP will come back to you. Reminder, you have a budget meeting tomorrow at 4:30, and we will take care of that in the conference room. It's a little bit easier to hear rather than this room. I met with the school on the 2nd Street project to find out what their needs and issues may be. So that was last week. And finally, at the last meeting, you approved the State of Minnesota Pay Equity Report, and we received notification that we are in compliance for another 3 years.
Cool. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Administrator Rich? Did that complete your report? Thank you. That'll bring us down to 6 business. PETA Commission resignation. In your packet was a letter from Commissioner Lind resigning effective December 31st, 2021. It is PETA's recommendation to accept the resignation letter. So looking for a motion to do so.
So,
Counselor DeWall made the motion to accept the resignation letter. Is there a second?
second.
Sent by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion? I guess I would just like to extend gratitude to Commissioner Lind for her many years of service to the PETA Commission and the City of Proctor. Any other discussion?
Ms. Mayor, and
Councilor
how
Benson.
many years has she served?
On PETA, I don't know that. Do you?
I thought she had said over 30?
It was before Blackwoods was built.
Yeah.
So what year was that?
96?
23 years ago.
So she's between 25 and 30 years.
Yes, you would know that. Ms. Mayor, I just wanted to add that, we accept the resignation with regret and grateful appreciation because she leaves with a lot of institutional knowledge that'll be difficult to replace.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. 6B, legislative action recommendation. Counselor Benson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. And over the years, this is something that we usually do in early fall, usually before the November elections. Most other cities are now ramping up. There are a number of proposals already in both the state and the House. And these were some of the ideas that I had down that at least we could give some discussion and consideration to. Recreation, the Munger Spur Trail, Hermantown's pretty well involved with completing theirs. And this is the last link. The sales tax, this would bring us in line with what Hermantown is proposing and will be on their ballot this fall, or in fall of 2022. The tax exemption for the Proctor Speedway, and we have a bill summary from when they last did it in 2018. Kind of speaks to itself, but we could certainly update that. Bonding for the street department public works facility, even though Mary Murphy is the head of the bonding committee, and we've missed that opportunity, that I still think there is a chance for us to get in, and certainly, if not this year, next year. And even though next year is not a bonding opportunity, they do, the legislature does have a number of bonding proposals in front of them. So those are my suggestions, and certainly stand for any questions or further discussion.
Counselor have comments or suggestions for Counselor Benson?
Mr. Mayor,
Counselor Reuter.
if I might suggest, I think it would be good for us to try to go to the legislature and have our food and beverage tax language changed so that it allows us to spend that money on parks and trails instead of just trails. I thought when we originally did that legislation, it had both, but I see now that it only says it's designated for trails. It'd be nice if we could use it for parks too.
Agreed. Agreed. And like Administrator Rich said, tomorrow at 4:30, we'll have a meeting. I think we can make suggestions, motions at that time, correct? Rather than tonight, if that would be all right with Counselor? But I like the ideas. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Discuss more tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Thank you. To bring us to 6C, Resolution 35-21 ALS raffle application. In your packet, there is a race worth winning ALS issuance state charitable gambling license to conduct a raffle on December 13th, 2022 at Blackwoods Grill and Bar. Looking for a motion to approve Resolution 35.
I'll make a motion, we adopt resolution number 35-21.
Counselor, is there a second? Second. Counselor Johnson, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. 6D, liquor license recommendations. Prior to this meeting, there was a liquor control meeting, and they came out with some recommendations. I believe, were they handed out to the council? No. So what we're looking for out of that meeting is there's been recommendations made to approve 2022 liquor license with no contingencies for Blackwoods, Proctor Moose, Proctor Golf Course, Proctor Mountain Spirits, and the Powerhouse Bar. Would be a motion to accept or to approve the 2022 liquor license for those following businesses.
So move.
Councilor Johnson made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor DeWall. Any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor?
Councilor Benson.
Thank you. And what about the other license holders?
Well, I have another recommendation after this one for the keyboard. As far as the
And how, and this goes back to the original motion, how long does other license holders have to submit their proposals?
that will be part of the next motion because there is a contingency on that one.
Okay.
So I could address that by December 17th would be Friday before our second meeting.
Very good, thank you.
Any further discussion?
Oh.
Councilor Benson?
Could you read the license holders one more time, please?
Yes, it would be Blackwoods, Proctor Moose, Proctor Golf Course, Mountain Spirits, Powerhouse Bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 there?
Thank you.
Yep. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. With that, there is another recommendation to approve the keyboard bar liquor license for 2022 contingent upon receipt of payment by December 17th, 2021. Looking for a motion for that approval.
So moved.
Councilor Reuter made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Benson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Oppose? Motion passes.
And again, what about the other license holder on Boundary Avenue?
The Speedway and the Pit Stop, I believe, are the two that we never received any liquor license information from, and they would have to be submitted by December 17th, the Friday before our second meeting in December.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe there was, in that meeting, there was also a liquor store budget review that Administrator Rich will go over.
Yep, that is correct. Part of the Liquor Control Board is to oversee operations and profit loss of the liquor store. As of October 31st, 2021, total revenue was just over $970,000. Expenses were just over 946, for a net revenue of $24,000. So we are, the liquor store is running in the black. This is the second year have a public hearing on its operations.
Thank you. Is there any discussion for Administrator Rich regarding that report? Hearing none.
Is there a way I could get a brief summary of that?
Yep.
Or
Sure can.
extended summary? Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Do we need a motion to accept that report or no?
We should.
We should. Councilor Benson would like one, so we'll entertain a motion to accept the 10-month ending report of October 31st, 2021.
I'll move.
Counselor Benson made the motion. Is there a second? I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Administrator Rich. That will bring us to members' concerns. Counselor Benson.
I have none, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Counselor DeWall.
Nothing.
Nothing. Counselor Johnson.
I got nothing.
Counselor Oeder.
Nothing from me.
I just would like to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I don't believe we'll meet again before then, so enjoy your holiday. Attorney Bray? Nothing. Looking for a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Counselor Reuter made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion?
Yes. Mr.
Counselor
Mayor.
DeWall.
Check number 11123, expense for 17,000. I'm assuming that's coming from the trust account?
Yes, and we've already received payment on that, so. Any,
Nothing further.
nothing further. Any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor?
Counselor Benson?
The first one, 21044, 292 design. I was just wondering what those services entailed.
Administrator Rich, would you?
That is a feasibility study that PETA has ordered. So it's a PETA expense.
Is that feasibility study complete?
It is not.
It is not.
It is not.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Counselor DeWall made the motion to adjourn. Is there a second? I will second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Oppose? Motion passes. Thank you.